Oh, hello. Are you ready for our romantic dinner date? Follow me to the table. For you, I've gotten only the best. Behold, a McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese. But if this doesn't deep fry your nuggies, don't worry. This meal comes with a little prize inside. Some of the rarest Yu-Gi-Oh cards ever printed.
Ah, Yu-Gi-Oh, the game that gripped the nation for a period of about 3 years while we were all in elementary school. But some of us never put it down, and that's due in no small part to Konami's repeated attempts to capitalize on their extremely marketable idea. In one such ad campaign last year, I was able to pick up the art you see hanging on the wall back there. God, it's so great. You were saying it looks like you could just put this up, and no one would be like, wow, you're a child. In another one 2 years ago, before I realized I could film in 1080p, I was privileged enough to try a Blue Eyes White Dragon chocolate bar.
All right. So here we go. We both have a thing, and we'll do it.
It was like an unboxing video, but way worse.
So right off the bat,
It tastes like...
it's terrible.
And now I come to you with my most incredible pickup yet, the McDeck. In 2002 and 2006, to celebrate the release of Duel Monsters and GX respectively, Konami partnered with McDonald's in order to release exclusive cards in their Happy Meals. The GX release came with crappy plastic garbage, but the DM release came with songs from the CD Music to Duel By. Can we just hear a little bit of Music to Duel By?
Face down, attack or defend.
Virtual systems ready.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
We'll be there. Absolute Kino shit. Let me show you the cards. We'll begin with the first set. Now keep in mind these cards came out in 2002. They've had a long time to get power crept. A child born at the start of this promotion would be old enough to... Oh my god, they'd be old enough to vote. Jesus, I'm old. We'll start with a copy of Millennium Shield. This is a warrior-type monster, which is hilarious, with 0 attack and 3,000 defense. According to its flavor text, it is a Millennium item. That is not true. Before you get excited about this chase, it is actually a 5-star monster, putting it on par with the never-played Labyrinth Wall. Next up is Cosmo Queen, already power creeping the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense, Dark Magician. This is an 8-star spellcaster-type monster with 2,900 attack and 2,450 defense. Next up is the only effect monster in this set, Goddess of Whim. You can flip a coin, call it right and her attack is doubled, call it wrong and it's halved. I love that early Yu-Gi-Oh cards, before they standardized text, sometimes read like riddles read by a goblin. Call it right, and your attack will be twice normal. After that is Frog the Jam. This card no longer exists, in fact. It was errated to be named Slime Toad. In the OCG, it is not part of the Frog archetype, which has been meta-relevant of late, so as a result they had to standardize its name across regions. Next is Yarenzo. Listen, a lot of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards aren't sexy anime bimbos like they are these days. They're really weird occult imagery. It's no stretch of the imagination to understand why evangelicals thought that this would turn us into Satanists. We've next got Takridminios, Stuffed Animal, a card that was actually released in a different set. Everything else here is a premiere. Megasonic Eye, a miserably bad 5-star monster with 1,500 attack. Yamadron, a completely unremarkable card. 3-legged Zombie, which would later be retrained into the extremely powerful Unizombie. Flying Penguin, which is hilarious. The concept that a penguin who can fly would be extremely strong is just super funny to me. Fairy's Gift, which actually appears to be a fairy and not a gift. Yushi Oni. Turtle Bird, who is in fact both a turtle and a bird. And probably the worst spell card I've ever seen in my entire life, Dark Piercing Light. Upon activation, this flips all of your opponent's monster cards on the field face up. It also allows them to activate their effects. Why you would want this, I don't know. It's even a peripheral effect on Swords of Revealing Light. The second wave of this promotion went much better than the first. By this point in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, it had an identity. Well, outside of monsters that would eventually end up having their art repurposed for the Creepypasta wiki. Moreover, they understood what their protagonist's ace monster would be and could print cards accordingly. There's a lot of elemental heroes in here, and there's a lot of fusions as well. GX was primarily about fusion summoning. They just neglected to print polymerization, I guess as an incentive to get you to buy the starter deck. We're leading with Elemental Hero Electrum. This is a sweet print. Obviously, this card isn't powerful by today's standards, but it is a fusion of all of the main deck elemental heroes, which is nice, if nothing else. It also saw some fringe play in a completely degenerate Fusion Gate FTK deck. Next up is Elemental Hero Mudball Man, one of the very few effect monsters that does not have an effect. In fact, the text printed on this card is its summoning condition. After that is Elemental Hero Burstinatrix, and look at that art. She's got the flaming globes in her hands. We've got the Flute of Summoning Karibo as well, which allows you to summon a winged Karibo from deck. Mist Body, a schoolyard staple that makes the monster it is equipped to unable to be destroyed by battle. It was fantastic you could get this at McDonald's and then wipe your friends on the playground. After that is White Horned Dragon. This is the card most people remember from this promotion, and I'm actually really astonished we don't have a nostalgia reprint of it yet. We've got Lojin, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp, an 1800 attack, 4-star monster, eat your heart out Megasonic Eye, and Meteor Dragon, half of the extremely powerful Meteor B Dragon fusion. We've got Gokibor. Everybody loves Gokibor. I don't know why everybody loves Gokibor. If you know why people love this card, please tell me in the comments below. We've got Metal Guardian, and then a bunch of really bad fusions. We're starting with Kaiser Dragon, a 2300 attack point fusion. Amphibious Boogroth, a card whose number 2 isn't even a fusion. Aqua Dragon, who has 2250, I guess it's a pretty good magical scientist target. And Practigal, a 1900 attack 5-star fusion. Imagine spending 3 cards on Practigal. Next, we've got one of the most hilarious cards ever printed, Zone Eater. A monster that destroys this one is destroyed 5 turns later. After that are a bunch of normal monsters, Flame Viper, Trachodon, Dungeon Worm, Moon Envoy, and Stone Dragon. So that's the McDeck. None of the cards are particularly powerful, but it's still an interesting piece of collector's history. I'd like to see a similar promotion happen someday, though the way modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Has shaken out, I can't imagine it'd be too successful. Picture this. A young child opens a Yangzeng. His parents exchange a knowing glance. They pull him aside and say, "Listen, Timmy. It's time your father and I explain to you about missing the timing." Pegasus, play us out.
Face down, attack or defend. Face up, face down. This battle's to the end. Face
Come with me.
Oh, fuck!